So today we start with the second part. We continue with the second part of the same chapter, that was glimpses of India. We did yesterday part 1 and today we are doing part 2 of that. Okay, so this is Coorg. Coorg, as I explained you, this is about Coorg is a hill station, a beautiful hill station. This Coorg word is taken from Karnataka. It's a district in Karnataka, a small district in Karnataka, and it's a beautiful place and is known for coffee plantation and famous for its rainforest and spices as well. So this let's read about this place, how the poet is describing. Midway between Mysore and coastal town of Mangalore sits a piece of heaven that must have drifted from kingdom of God. Okay, so the rolling hills is inhabited by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women and wild creatures. So what the poet is talking about here, writer is talking about here, he says that this place is between Mysore and Mangalore. It's situated there and it's a piece of heaven. So beautiful it is, like it looks like a heaven, and we feel like it is drifted. Drifted means being carried from the kingdom of God itself. He is saying it looks, the place is so beautiful, we feel like that this is a part of heaven and is taken from the heaven of God, kingdom of God itself. This place is taken from there. This land of rolling hills is inhabited by proud race of martial men. Martial men, these are the warrior people. Actually that place, on that place there is a particular type of the people, that most of the people they go to wars, they participate in war activities. So there are martial men there. This place is known for that also, for the beautiful ladies also, and for wild creatures also in that place, on that place. Now Coorg or Kodagu, also there are two names of this place. This is called Coorg or Kodagu. See this word Kodagu. So two names are there. It may be called Coorg, it may be called Kodagu, and this is the smallest district of Karnataka and is home to evergreen rainforest, spices, coffee plantations. So rainforests are there, because of that spices, a lot of spices what we use in our kitchens like cardamom, cinnamon and other spices, all are found planted there. And now evergreen forest cover 30% of the district. Evergreen 30% of the district, 70% living away. In total 30% of that district covers a rainforest. So there is a dense rainforest for which it is famous for. During the monsoon it pours enough to keep many visitors away, and during monsoon also, because there is a lot there are jungles, there are forests. So there monsoons, there is a monsoon every now and then comes there, and heavy rains come there. So a number of times the visitors are not able to go there because of this. So next slide come there. The season of joy commences from September and continues till March. So this season of joy when rain is there, when it's a beautiful part of this heaven becomes more beautiful. This is this season start from September to till March. The weather is perfect there. So the most of the tourists who go on that place, this is between this part of this from September to March. The weather is perfect with some showers thrown in good measures. The air breathes of invigorating. Let's see first this word invigorating. Invigorating here, if this means strength, energy. Okay, coffee. So now they is saying that the coffee estates and colonial bungalows. Coffee estates are there, colonial bungalows are there. Colonial is old type of bungalows are there, stand tucked under the tree canopies in prime corners. Canopies here again, this refers to a roof like covering. Canopies, if you have seen in jungles or in woody area, canopies, trees they make when they grow long height, so they looks like they make a shed over the road. So this canopy is talking about there. He's saying so the place is so beautiful. Writer is saying that when this after the rainy season it becomes more beautiful, and there coffee estates are large because this is a state where coffee, tea, number of it is grown in abundance. So because of it is famous also for the old type of bungalows also, and for beauty of the nature itself it is famous for. And the fiercely independent people of Coorg are possibly the Greek or Arabic descent. Independent people of Coorg are possibly the of Greek or Arabic descent. Now see, because this place first I explain these lines. Let me tell you about the history about this place. Alexander had invaded this place uh, a long time ago, and when he came there, most some of his people who could not go back from this place, so they were shifted, they lived here only, they did not go from there. So, and they married the women in the locals, and they were settled here only. So because of that, so most of the now the ancestors of these peoples, their ancestors are maybe the Greek people or the Arabic peoples. So most of the descent people are of that descent. As one glory goes, a part of Alexander's army moved south along the coast and settled here when return became impractical. So here, when some of his people were left here, so these people married among us the locals. Their culture is an apparent in martial traditions, marriages, religious rites, which are distinct from Hindu mainstream. And because there is reflection of which tradition, Arabic tradition or Greek tradition. So in marriages, those people who married, although they married in the locals, but they followed their traditions. They are in marriages also, in religious rites also, and because they were the warriors, so all is reflected in their traditions. And it is not like Hindu mainstream, it is away from that mainstream. They are not matching, they don't have any match with the Hindu mainstream. So because they are following the, either they are following the Arabic or the Greek culture. So the theory of Arab origin draws support from the long back coat within embroidered waist belt worn by Kodakus. Kodakus people who live in Coorg. So what the poet is saying, the writer is saying that we can Arab origin, we can, how can we find that there is effect of Arab origins? Because the dress which these people wear, the long black coat which they wear, and with a waist belt, there is a waist belt around that black coat, and it is embroidered like the Arabic people did it. So it is worn by these Kodaku. So they look similar to those. This dress is also known as kupia. Kupia, it resembles to kufia worn by Arabs and Kurds. So the Arabs and Kurds people who wear kufia dress, and these people of Kurg who wear kupia, so their dress is similar. Okay, so see they this effect can be seen that they are affected by that culture of Arab, and they are following that culture. So next, come to the next slide. Kurgi homes have a tradition of hospitality. They are more than willing to recount numerous tales of valor. Valor is the bravery, courage related to their sons and fathers. And Kurg is a place which is a tradition of hospitality. They are the hospitable people. They welcome the even the strangers, and they are the nice peoples who most of the who tells the tales, who tells the stories of valor, of the strength, of the bravery, because there most of the people, they have fought in wars, they have fought in war, in one war or other war, and they tell these stories to their sons and daughters to all. Kurg regiment, and this place is also famous for Kurg regiment because they are the warrior people. So there is regiment, Kurg's regiment, which is famous in all over the country, and it is most decorated Indian army. So this is the most decorated regiment of Indian army, and the first chief of Indian army, General Karippa, was the Kurgi. So the first Indian general who was there in the regiment, he was Kurgi. Even now, Kodavus are only people in India permitted to carry firearms without a license. Firearms are the those weapons. Now saying that only these people, because they are the warriors, and they have fought, most of these people have fought in wars. So these Kodavus people are the only people in India who are allowed to carry weapons without license. They can keep weapons because they are the army, most of them are the army people, and they are allowed for that. Okay, so now let's come to the next slide. River Kaveri obtain. Now he talks about other features. River Kaveri obtains its water from hills, forest of Kurg. So Kaveri is the river there from where the water is got to that given to that place. Mahasira, large freshwater fish abundant in these waters. Kingfishers. Now these are the birds and birds which insects and birds he is talking about, which are found in these places. Mahasira, large fish water, it can be normally seen. Kingfisher, a bird, can be normally seen in that place, who catch while other things are, other creatures are, squirrels are there, langurs are there, and the langurs drop partially even eaten fruit for the mischief of enjoying the splash and the ripple effect in the clear water. So he's saying we can see the squirrels there, kingfishers, birds there, langurs are there, and langurs are naughty langurs. We can see that they, as this is a habit in nature of the these animals, that they eat some fruit, then the rest of them they throw in the water, and then they enjoy when the water ripples, water waves raise high and their ripples are created, they are happy. So these sort of things can be easily seen there. Elephants enjoy being bathed and scrubbed in the water by their mahots. Now this is about mahots are the people who train, caretaker of elephants. So he's saying elephants can be seen there, a large number of elephants are there, and who are being taken care of the mahots there. Mahots. And then the most laid back individual, the another thing, become converts to life of high energy adventure with river rafting. Another thing is now poet is writer is saying about the adventures he is telling. He is saying there, if anyone is of adventurous nature, want to go for trekking, so what he is telling, that this is the best place. And if you are fond of rafting, canoeing, rappelling, these are all forms of traveling in the river, maybe through a raft, through a boat. Canoe also is a small boat. You can here raft, you can canoe here, you can rappel here, and you can rock. Rappelling is through the rope, when you go slide down through the rope on a hill. So this is that. And rock climbing also you can do there, and mountain biking also. So these all adventures people do there, and that's why the most of the tourists, they come to this place for this reason also. Numerous walking trails in the region. Trails are paths. So he's saying in the region are a favorite with trekkers. So numerous, he's saying because this is a lush green area, woody area, there is a large number of forests. So what the people they most of the people, they go for trekking there. And because it is seen that a large number of people come there, because you can see the walking trails in between the woody area trails are when we move on a grass on a particular in a particular line on the grass. When we move, so what happened, that place there grass is removed and that place becomes something dark. That grass may be dried or brown, or a rough way is made there. So he's talking about that number of, to show that number of tourists come to that place and visit here. Birds and bees and butterflies are there to give you company. So here you can see macaques, also macaques is also a type of monkey. So Malabar squirrels also, langurs also, slender lories also, to keep a watchful eye from the tree canopy. Okay, so you can see by on the trees sitting the macaques, the squirrels, the langur, the lories, all these animals you can see there. I do, however, prefer to step aside for wild animals, because what the writer is saying, because I am afraid of the wild elephants, so I prefer to stay away from them. The climb to Brahmagiri hills brings you into panoramic view. Panoramic view, here the writer is talking about, there is a wide view of entirely misty landscape of Kurg. In misty is mist. When in winter season there is mist, because or in hill station this is normal that mist is seen on the hills. So he's saying when you see this view, you are attracted by and you want to come to this place again and again. A walk across the rope which leads to 64 acres island of Nisargdham. Okay, so this is another place poet is talking about. There is a Nisargdham place. Here he is saying you can go to that island. Running into Buddhist monk from India's largest Tibetan settlement and nearby Bailakpur of Bonus is a bonus. Now he is talking about that there is a Nisargdham place where this is a Buddhist monks they used to live. Monastery is there, monastery of where priest of Buddhism they used to live. So you can go to that place. It's a peaceful place. You can visit that place. Okay, the monks here, the monks in the red and ochre and yellow robes are almost the many surprise that wait to be discovered by visitors searching for the heart and soul of India right here in the Kurg. So now what the writer is saying, so he's saying that these monks are important part of this place. These monks, these priests, these Buddhist priests, they are dressed in ochre is also this is orange colored, orange, referring to orange color. They yellow robes is for their dress. It's saying you can see the monks here in their ochre yellow clothes. You can see them moving here, and they are the surprise of this part, because they are there and visitors love to come to them and to this part of that country, because this is called soul of India. This place is also called soul of India right here in Kurg. He's saying we feel like, even everyone feel like that we are in the soul of India. Such beautiful is the place. He's saying everyone would like to come to that place again and again. So this is all he is being describing in the chapter. And now at the end of the chapter in your book, you may read out the places are there. You are told the ways how you can go to Kurg. Okay, by air, by land, how you can go, by transport, how can you go. So you just read out that part from your book. You will come to know that how we can reach to this place, beautiful place, Kurg. Okay, so this is all about the chapter. Now only third part is left that we will do tomorrow, and by that time you have to reread this chapter, do question answers of this chapter and write in your fair notebook. Thank you.